Welcome to Comic Community Notes. We're doing a review today on the series Corpse Night by Image Comics. And this is by Michael Chaves, Matthew Roberts, Rico Renzi, and then there's a few more people, as always, producers and editors and lighting people and fluffers. So here's them. And I am liking this series so far. There's 3 issues out. To be honest with you, I had a hard time picking this up. I got 5 minutes late on the day of release and was only able to procure a blank sketch cover. And so I didn't want to showcase that one for today. And the next issue that had come out, I mistakenly grabbed the reprint of number 1 instead of number 2. And so by the time 3 came out, second printing of 2 was right next to it, and I could finally complete the trio and read a little bit of this series. Once I got through the first 2 books, I was like, yeah, I gotta do a review on this one. This is a good one. I do not read a whole lot of indie titles. I classically have not read a whole lot of indie titles, and I've decided to change that. And so I've been picking up a lot of Image books. I wish I could say I was picking up a lot more variety of like Dark Horse and IDW and such, but it's been mostly Image, and I like this series. I highly recommend you pick it up. I'm going to go through it. There's going to be spoilers, so spoilers are coming. They're right ahead. I'm going to do it right now. We're going to turn right to the end of this book. And I guess you can kind of gather that we've got some kind of a zombie tale. I'm not big into horror, and I enjoy this book. And this this page I'm looking for. There you go. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a letter here from Michael Chaves. And he goes into great detail about his work on The Nun 2, which I know nothing about because I'm not big on horror. But he's a movie director, and he was inspired to write a story and get into the comic book medium. However, he explains he knew very little about it, thought it would be pretty easy, mostly just him doing storyboards, which he's used to doing. And he found out that he was mistaken, and he reached out, found some guys to help him out, and we've got some great art and stories being told because of it. Let me say, I really do enjoy also the quality of Image's books, and like this is good cardstock. Like it feels good, it looks good. And yeah, it's a pleasure to hold this in your hand when you read it. It's got some cool art. It starts off in France, and so it's got like a based in historical, but still like a fantasy tale. And he's this gentleman, this man here, is preparing his young daughter for the terrible times that they are facing. And so he tries to raise her spirits and inspire her with tales of Joan of Arc. Upon my first read of this, I was like, oh, okay, Joan of Arc, and let's get her inspired. And then I let some time pass, and I read this book again to get ready for reading these other 2 and the review, and boy was I mistaken, and issue 1 drew me in deeper than it had before. I really do enjoy the balance between the storytelling of the art and the dialogue, and then you get great action too. So like, I don't know about horror fans, but like, look at that shot. Like, that's just so cool. And so there's many great moments. There's mystery. This makes me think of Legend of Zelda. They go on to develop that 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 this might be more than just a one-off. And what I mean by that is that this corpse knight might actually be a lineage. It might have been a group that was created through witchcraft or something. And so, just when you think it's going to be kind of one-dimensional, the little girl, there's just a thickening and broadening of the story, and so it's just getting deeper. And then we get like what's kind of like the first episode now. Like if we were watching a TV show, like this is like now the first episode of interacting with townsfolk as they travel to try to find the position of Joan of Arc and her army, because Joan of Arc can perform miracles, and maybe she can perform a miracle for her dad. And yeah, I don't know how else to convince you that this is a great storyline so far, and to go pick it up, get caught up, so that you can get, and hopefully I can get, without any issues, issue number 4, and read more of this emerging series. So this was Corpse Night by director Michael Chaves, which they only mention The Nun 2. So I imagine he did The Nun 1. Maybe if you're into horror, you already know all about him. So check out Corpse Night. You're not going to be disappointed, and it's a great product being put out by Image. All right, I hope you enjoyed my review, and please like, subscribe, share. I'm a small channel. I'm just getting going. I've got 2 weekly series. One is Judge the Book by the Cover, where I judge my new comic book day pickups and say how I'm feeling about them and whether I think it's going to be a good book or not, based only by the cover. And then I have Talking Comics Off the Table, where after a few days, hopefully just a few days, I've gone through my books, read them, enjoyed them, and I'll let you know what I think about them and whether I was wrong, right, to judge the book by its cover, like the other segment. So, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all you. Have a great day.